Hi everybody, it's Az here from Heel vs Babyface with the third of the 4 brand new scenarios which were added to the PTR for patch 5.3. I've already brought you 2, of course, hence why this is the third. Derper. And I've not been particularly pressed in the slightest. I brought you Dark Heart of Pandaria, which I thought was a drab affair. I then brought you the Secret of Ragefire, which was just obscenely lazy. I couldn't begin to carry on to critique it because it really is just beyond lazy, that scenario. And this was the very first one that I did on the PTR. Ironically, I'm bringing it to you third because I was so disappointed with this one. I was hoping the others were going to get better and then we're going to start with a decent scenario. But when I'd done all 4 and realised none of them were getting any better whatsoever, then I thought, oh, blimey. Okay, let's just filter them out. Not one a day for 4 days. Let's just spread them out and then give the audience something a little bit funnier, hopefully, in the evening. Or something to lighten the mood, at least, in the evening. Or something good. We had the Battlefield Baron stuff, which seemed to go down very well with a lot of people. And I have got more to add to that. May come this evening. We shall see. But I joked. I honestly can't remember. Must be getting old. I honestly can't remember if it was on a video or Twitter or Facebook. But I made a joke about this scenario. I'm going to make plenty throughout the course of this video. And the joke was they should rename it from Blood in the Snow to Dead in the Water. Because this is utter rubbish. It really is. And before I start, I don't want to go on. I'm trying to keep a light tone to this video. And speaking of light tones, I did want to see what the comments were going to be like for the Ragefire Chasm. I wanted to see people's points of view because, as I mentioned in the vid, I'm not trying to sway anybody over to my side by my debate or my critique of how I view scenarios. I am just of the belief, as a WoW player for over 6 years now, that this kind of content is just doesn't serve a purpose. Without getting all insulting, I just do not think it serves a purpose within the World of Warcraft. I don't see its relevance. I don't see what it achieves. I don't believe that it's taken the place of group quests, which of course they removed from the game. They returned a couple of them to the Isle of Thunder, but that's it. But they removed all the levelling up ones from the game, and their argument for doing so was so people didn't have to rely on doing group quests. Well, I thought, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but I thought the whole relevance and the whole purpose of group questing while you were levelling up was the very fact that you could get a band of people together, a tank, a healer, DPS, like you would a regular dungeon. And through cooperation, you would get yourself what tended to be a very nice rare item that would significantly boost your stats, some decent levels of gold, and also a substantial amount of experience. That was the trade-off for getting a team together. That was the purpose it served. So while levelling up, if you had the know-how, if you had the patience to grab a team together and do that, then you would get rewarded for doing so. That's how I personally viewed group quests. If you didn't want to, there were plenty of other quests that you could just move on with and continue levelling without too much disruption. Alright, that's my take on group quests. So I don't believe scenarios have taken the role of group questing because you can't do scenarios until you're level 90. That's my point of view on that. So what purpose do scenarios bring to the game? What role do they cover within the World of Warcraft? Well, somebody I didn't want to laugh when I thought about this, but I'm sorry. Somebody tried, I think they did anyway. I don't think they did a particularly good job when I say what I'm going to say. But they tried to defend scenarios by saying what they're trying to do with these scenarios is they're trying to tell a story. So far, so good. And then they followed it up with, they're not meant to be fun. Can you just imagine a board meeting with a group of people? I'm not going to bring Barb and Suze back into it, but can you just imagine a board meeting where the chairman would say to his developers, right, we want to tell the story of Az and his struggle against Garrosh in the World of Warcraft, but if any of you bastards make it fun, you are out of here. Do you understand me? Out! No, I think that game developers want content to be fun. I don't think it's developed with the fact in mind that it's not going to be fun, and if you don't like it, then you can just bloody well lump it, can't you? No. Scenarios, to me, don't work successfully as a storytelling device when you're in a group and when it's a repeatable quest. I wasn't massively impressed with the Isle of the Thunder King scenarios for one reason. Only for one reason. I liked what they were trying to do. I liked the fact that they were single player and were telling a storyline. I didn't like, and it was a risk by Blizzard. I'm not getting on Blizzard's back about this because they've got to try different things. I didn't like the fact that it only happened once you'd completed a stage on the Isle of Thunder. That's what I didn't like. It worked so much more successfully when you had your domination point Land's Landing intersections of storyline quests, which just came in at various breaks in reputation. That was all. But I just thought on the Isle of Thunder, because it was taking a long time to get all the way through the stages. I mean, we only completed the final stage 3 or 4 days ago on our server on the Maelstrom. I just thought it lost the whole plot of the story. You were kind of trying to catch up. Where was I again? What was going on before? Kind of so much had passed by that you'd done in the game. It was sort of like, did I do that? Did I break through the wall first and then I did that? Oh no, I did that. To me, it just didn't flow. And storyline has to flow. That's why on Domination Point and Land's Landing questing, the storyline flowed very well, because it was all up to you onto how you progressed your rep grinding. I know the dailies weren't exactly great in Crash Rang Wilds for them, but what spurred me on was getting to the next phase of storyline. I was very interested, and you would only have to wait a couple of days, 3 or 4 days tops, to progress the story. So I don't think storytelling as a device works well within a scenario. I think a scenario needs to be on the same mechanical vein as Troves of the Thunder King. It needs to be something niche. It needs to be something interesting. It needs to be something different. It needs to be, I'm going to use that 3-letter, 4-letter word, fun, because it's not a swear word. It begins with F, but it's not a swear word, I promise you. It needs to be fun. I don't think this is fun. Okay, I get a little bit of storyline, and again, the storyline's not particularly in depth whatsoever. Yes, we get a couple of nice little bits of voice acting. That's always nice to see as well. But coming back here on a regular basis because it's fun, never happen. Never happen in a month of Sunday. I would only come back and do this type of content purely to get my Valor points. And I don't believe as a player that's a valid reason just to come back, is to get Valor points so I can upgrade my gear or buy new bits of gear. There's got to be a hook. I talk about this hook element, and to me the hook element is the element which keeps you coming back. Now you'll see throughout the whole course of the video I've had this action button in the middle of my screen. I'm reckoning this is meant to be the hook in this video, and what it does is you target one of the Zandalari, you click it, and 3 seconds later a sniper will attack that target, but it will instantly put you into combat. So it doesn't matter how far away you are when you use it, you will get put into combat, and it's not usable in combat. So you get to use it once per pull, and it does hardly anything. If you saw me use it throughout the course of the video, hardly hurts any of the Zandalari. Never mind the elites, it hardly hurts the non-elites. So the hook just doesn't work. There's nothing in here that works. All you've seen me do is go to kill a group of Zandalari, kill another group of Zandalari, kill another group of Zandalari. I think I killed an element then, and then I killed a bigger group. Zandalari. What on earth is that? It's nothing. It's complete throwaway content. It detracts from any sort of storytelling. To me, this is not fun whatsoever. You might enjoy it first time round purely because it's new, but I would be flabbergasted. Oh, there's a great word. Flabbergasted beyond belief if anybody could legitimately tell me I would genuinely like to come back and do this on multiple occasions because I think it's great. So, Blizz, I still don't think you have a clue what to do with scenarios. I don't think you have a genuine blueprint on how you see them going forward, which is a little bit of a shame considering how successful the Troves of the Thunder King and the Warlock Greenfire quest chains are as scenario based, because they were wonderful scenarios, but I've yet, apart from those two, to leave a scenario, you know, the ones which are in the tab, I've yet to leave any of them thinking, wow, that was good, I'm coming back to do this. So please, Blizz, just use regular questing to tell us storylines on our own and then turn scenarios into something different. Give us a hook, make them niche, but at the minute they are drab. So I hope you enjoyed the vid. Mages, I distinctly apologise for destroying your class. But please do like, comment and subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Twitter, like my Facebook, very important for Funtime Frank, and my Twitch TV. And I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care, everybody. Bye bye.